Queen Elizabeth II warmly greeting swimming captain D.G. Owen during a visit to Mill Hill School, 1957. An Apache Indian respectfully kneeling to kiss the hand of Pope John XXIII during a special audience. A visual comparison of the measurements of Mamie Van Doren and Marilyn Monroe, 1950s. Who gets your vote? A haunting portrait of an unknown mental asylum patient captured on film in 1911. A World War I soldier displaying severe facial wounds from the brutal conflict in 1919. A stern school teacher chastising a misbehaving student in a Menominee, Wisconsin classroom, 1905. An incredible human tower formed by 3 highly flexible female contortionists in the 1940s. The iconic French cinematic beauty Brigitte Bardot, beautifully photographed in 1956. Civil War veteran John W. January, proudly standing with his wooden prosthetic legs in 1890. A woman getting her hair teased for a serious volume at the Besame Beauty Salon, June 1976. A massive drop of United Nations airborne troops during the intense Korean War in 1951. Fearless street acrobats demonstrating incredible balance and skill in 1908. A striking portrait of the proud Cheyenne Native American known as Black Wolf, 1921. In 1996, Ukraine handed over its nuclear weapons to Russia in exchange for a guarantee against invasion. Businessman Donald Trump, happily photographing his wife Bridget Marks in 1993. Hollywood actress Jane Mansfield playfully running a mock election campaign in 1964. King Juan Carlos of Spain, alongside King Constantine II of Greece, photographed in 1966. Young women enjoying the beach in modest vintage bathing suits in England, 1919. Mick Jagger riding in a car right after his wedding to Bianca Perez in Saint-Tropez, May 1971. The W-54, the world's smallest tactical nuclear bomb that could easily fit inside a portable carry case, 1960s. A man appearing to exhale a ghostly substance during a 1905 seance, a classic spiritualist hoax. A woman wearing an extravagant hat adorned with an actual stuffed animal, a bizarre 1890s trend. Princess Diana presenting awards to lifeguards in 1988. Do you know why she had such broad shoulders? A highly unusual and somewhat creepy vintage pincushion photographed in the USA, 1941. The breathtaking futuristic architecture of the New York World's Fair in 1939. Young and stylish student nurses photographed in Iran before the revolution in the 1970s. A soldier spraying a woman's hair with disinfectant powder to prevent lice and disease in the 1940s. The vibrant and chaotic energy of the famous Rio de Janeiro Carnival in 1953. The absolutely flawless Italian cinematic legend Sophia Loren posing in 1960. A fearless ironworker building the Columbia Tower in Seattle, 1984. How do you think he got up there? A hilarious and cleverly edited giant rabbit photo manipulation hoax from the early 20th century. Enzo Ferrari in his first professional race as a CMN driver in 1919, where he finished fourth. Beautiful Hollywood actress Jane Mansfield posing happily with her mother during the 1950s. An unemployed man creatively selling ad space on his bald head for a sports magazine in Budapest, 1939. Girls providing topless shoe cleaning services on the streets of Toronto, 1975. How do you like this service? Lee Harvey Oswald wearing glasses with his colleagues at the Minsk-Lenin radio plant in 1960. An engraved Zippo lighter belonging to an unknown American pilot during the Vietnam War in 1969. Bodybuilding legend Arnold Schwarzenegger proudly showing off his physique in Cannes, 1977. Abby Stockton, famously known as the Queen of Muscle Beach and First Lady of Iron, 1940s. An older patient suffering from a rare cutaneous horn made of compact keratin, photographed in 1897. The ultimate 1960s cool couple, iconic singer Jane Birkin and musician Serge Gainsbourg. A bizarre and slightly terrifying homemade Halloween costume known as the Cornstalk Man, 1915. Jenny Maxwell and the legendary Elvis Presley on the set of Blue Hawaii in 1961. Young women playfully rating each other while holding up numbered scorecards in 1972. Egyptian women from Cairo beautifully adorned in traditional cultural dress during the late 19th century. Gorgeous American actress Farrah Fawcett in a publicity still for the sci-fi film Saturn III, 1980. A classic and highly unusual best legs competition lineup in 1955. Army Air Corps cadets in training in 1961. These men would go on to be known as the legendary Tuskegee Airmen. The breathtakingly beautiful American actress Raquel Welch smiling during the 1970s. Energetic kids competing in a sports competition at a children's summer camp in 1940. This is exactly what a 5-megabyte hard drive looked like in 1966. Dedicated showgirls intensely stretching and training backstage right before their performance in 1938. A heartbreaking portrait of an unidentified boy at the Slipshod Home for Feeble-Minded Children in 1932. A highly motivating and classic vintage advertisement for a local gym in 1960. Brilliant engineers physically demonstrating the incredible strength of a cantilever bridge system using humans in 1880. Retired wax heads of state gathering dust in the storage room of Madame Tussauds Museum, October 1979. Proud Russian fishermen posing with their absolutely massive catch from the Volga River in 1924. Some of the world's very first surfers proudly posing with their heavy wooden boards in 1922. A British colonial officer being carried in a mobile hammock by locals in Sierra Leone, 1920. A group of Havana schoolboys in 1937. The boy happily holding the lollipop is a young Fidel Castro. Brave London police officers testing out new life jackets by jumping directly into the River Thames, 1930s. Strongman Edward Reese easily holding 4 actresses on top of him while lying between 2 chairs, 1927. Ruth Hirschler being x-rayed by a chiropractor during the final stage of a 1930 perfect back contest. Young Jacqueline Bouvier, the future First Lady, dressed in a Native American costume in New York, 1939. A massive, ancient Easter Island statue aboard a British ship being transported all the way to England, 1868. The fascinating, hands-on practical magic behind Hollywood special effects in the USA, 1978. A surprising look at the daily dining hall menu at the notorious Alcatraz Island prison on March 13, 1956. Proud shamans from Papua New Guinea beautifully dressed in their elaborate traditional tribal costumes in 1959. A tough mother manually pulling out her young son's loose tooth on the streets of New York City, 1897. The towering Manuta Bull, effortlessly defending the rim during a college basketball game in the 1980s. Dina Sanichar in 1867. A feral boy raised by wolves who walked on all fours and ate raw meat. Beautiful English actress Jessie Matthews posing in a massive, incredibly elaborate stage costume in 1934. Eccentric inventor Russell E. Oakes showing off his bizarre spinning spaghetti-eating device in 1955. Heartbreaking mugshots taken after the arrest of men imprisoned strictly for homosexuality in Stockholm, Sweden, 1897. A grim Chicago Sunday Tribune front page detailing the joint invasion of Poland by Germany and the USSR in 1939. The eccentric Henry Paget in 1900, who died young after blowing £43 million entirely on fancy dress. The heartbreaking reality of emaciated, starving prisoners finally liberated at the Ebensee concentration camp in 1945. A very strange mechanical contraption designed specifically for teaching basic swimming skills on dry land, 1931. The chilling storefront of Price Birch and Company, a notorious slave trading firm in Alexandria, Virginia, 1862. A charming young girl playfully balancing a bow tie right on the tip of her nose in 1960. Legendary illusionist Harry Houdini debunking spiritualists by creating a fake spirit photograph of Abraham Lincoln, 1920s. The proud members of the Smith College women's basketball team class posing together in 1902. The breathtaking Marilyn Monroe captured in a beautiful portrait by famous photographer Earl Leaf in 1950. Future North Korean dictator Kim Jong-il casually enjoying a ride at a Pyongyang amusement park in 1977. A highly trained circus flea named Rudolph powerfully pulling a miniature metal cart in 1951. A hilarious vintage advertisement showing off a cozy double sweater designed specifically for couples in the 1960s. Legendary baseball player Ty Cobb aggressively sliding his way into home plate during a 1920 game. Female wrestler Adrienne Nichols powering through leg day on a very early squat and leg press machine in the 1940s. A tough-looking member of the notorious Apache Parisian criminal subculture hanging out with a friend in 1930s France. The incredible Phineas Gage, who miraculously survived having a massive 43-inch iron rod shot straight through his skull in 1848. A fierce and highly physical match showcasing the very early days of professional female wrestling in the 1950s.